Hello and thank you for watching. I just got off the phone with somebody and I had a conversation with them, and I thought I would just share with you folks there on Facebook my conversation. It went a little something like this. Do you understand the difference between the net worth of somebody that is a owner versus a renter? And so I started crunching the numbers. I asked them a few specific questions, and I'm happy to do this for anybody out there. Um, if you are renting and you are thinking about buying, it could be in any market, even in the Seattle market. From what I hear from most of the folks out there, every year their rents go up. And every time you pay rent, you're essentially paying a mortgage. You're just paying somebody else's mortgage, right? So why not figure out a way to get out of what I call the rent race, or the rat race, right? Rental rat race? I don't know. Maybe not coin that phrase, but anyways, I digress. So I want to just kind of share with you the numbers that I came up with for them and see if that was something that you may resonate on. I can calculate these for you as well. I asked them first and foremost, what's the rent that they're paying right now, where they're at? And they said that they were paying $1,400 a month. And I think whenever you're doing a rent versus buy kind of ratio, you should always consider that if you're paying $1,400 a month, are you renting a 3-bedroom home in downtown Bellevue? Most likely not. You're probably renting, in this individual was renting a 1-bedroom apartment, basically. So that's okay. I still wanted to just kind of keep the comparison because that's what he can afford right now. And in the conversation that I had with him, he could actually afford more, right? And feel free if you have any questions, those that are out there watching, go ahead and type them in. I'd be happy to answer your questions. So first we started with $1,400 a month. And then what we did is we kind of wanted to determine what his commute time was, because I wanted to find out from him what's the purpose of owning a home if you have to be, an hour and a half away from where you work. So he said ideally he's currently on a 20-minute commute time. So 20-minute commute time, and asked him what his budget was is if he were to purchase. So he said, well, probably I could go up to $500,000, 500,000. And I said, are you looking for a 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom? What kind of size of home are you looking for? And he said, yeah, I'd probably do a 2-bedroom. So most 2-bedrooms are condos in the area. So I didn't spend a whole lot of time searching for 2-bedroom homes. I just went ahead and made some assumptions based on that. So I plugged this into a calculator, and I can make some assumptions about what his tax bracket may be based on what he can afford. So we can put that in there. We can put your tax bracket, so if you know what it is, we can put it in there. We also put what we think the annual rent increase may be. And he said that the last rent increase that he had was a 10% rent increase. I went ahead and just put 5 because I wanted to be conservative, okay? Because I don't want to overinflate the numbers and then have people looking at me as padding these numbers to work towards my advantage so that it comes out with my outcome. So I went ahead and put a 5% annual rent increase. And then for the purchase, I said, well, how long do you plan on living there? Oops, little notification. How long do you plan on living there? And what I did with that one is he told me probably 5 years, and that's probably a good assessment. You could certainly do less amount of time, but in order for you to really get the benefits of home ownership, you should consider at least 3 years living in a home, which is a large reason why many people decide to rent, because they aren't sure where they're going to be in a year or 2 from now. So he said 5, so I put the 5, and then we put in some other stuff like property tax. We put in the selling cost, right? So when you turn around to sell it, there's going to be a cost involved. We put in the loan terms, and I assumed a 20% down based on the conversation I had with him. And then our current interest rates, which were, I put 5.25. I think they're lower than that right now. And this is May 5th, 2019. March 5th, 2019. So I put that in there, and then I also kind of assumed that he was most likely going to be in a condo. So I actually put an additional homeowner's dues of $350 because I wanted them to at least have that, right? So because you're going to have your monthly mortgage payment, and then you're going to have homeowner's dues, because most likely what you're looking for at $500,000 in a 20 minutes distance to downtown Bellevue is going to be a condo, right? So apples to apples. So after calculating all that stuff, it came out that buying will actually save you about $71,000 rather than renting over the next 5 years. And when you boil that down to a monthly amount, that's a little over $1,100 a month. So every month that you put off buying a home, you're losing the opportunity to gain that $1,000 equity each month. So easily that delta goes to $2,400, right? Because he's renting at $1,400 and he's losing equity of $1,000. So all things being not equal, all things being a little bit different, each instance is unique to the individual. And I think it's important that if you're gonna look at this market that we have a ton more inventory, so you can be a little bit choosier. When I ran that search criteria, $500,000 or below, houses, condos with a 20-minute commute, I came out with 101 possibilities. Now, I didn't dig through, I didn't take a look at if they were good, bad, indifferent, ugly, but there were 101 possibilities that if they fit, we should be able to find something out of 101 homes. So if you are at all interested in getting a rent versus buy analysis of your specific situation, just comment in this post. I'll be happy to put it together, reach out to you through direct message, and provide you with some of that insight. You see, I do believe that everybody that is paying for a place to live is paying a mortgage. It's just a matter of, do you want to pay somebody else's, or do you want to grow your own net worth? So thanks for watching. I hope you found this insightful. I'm Dan Edwards with the Eastside Real Estate Team.